Hello, folks. You're listening to Tolstoy Radio. My name's Tom StarLove. This is part 2 of the case for nonviolence. In the part 1, I talked about how in extreme cases of violence, and for instance, in the case of standing up to Adolf Hitler, Einstein, a known pacifist, he declared that it might be acceptable to stand up to Hitler, use force against force, to use force against force. In that case, he compared it to curing a village of people. He said that the pacifist cure, would take so long that by the time it took effect, the village would have been wiped out with the disease. And so he, in cases of extreme force that perhaps in modern times, in our time, it could be prescribed to protect yourself against that. Now, we're way out on a limb. Let me tell you, we're way out on a limb with this because, there's a lot of thoughts about this. For one, Gandhi, let me quote Gandhi, what is considered nonviolent to us may still be considered violent to God. Okay. Tolstoy, let me tell you about Tolstoy, what he said about it. Tolstoy pretty much said we would be better off just to accept nonviolence immediately, right now. And no matter what the consequences, that we would be better off. Individually, we would be better off. But he also realized that there would certainly be problems with it until we were able to educate the world about nonviolence. So I told you in part 1 that Tolstoy and Gandhi preached about a nonviolent police force and even a nonviolent army. In either case, in all cases, we got to educate the world about nonviolence. And is that happening today in America? Are we educating the world about nonviolence? Are we giving the world the cure of nonviolence? No, I don't see that, and that's why we're here. That's why Tolstoy Commune is here, and that's why Tolstoy Radio is here. We're going to educate the world. We're going to change your life for the better. Well, that's an understatement. We're going to give you the miracle of true life. That's what Jesus promised, and that's what we're here to help bring about. So let me go over our official stance on the use of violence. Individually, you're always better off to never use violence and accept the consequences. In the case of the state or a great many innocent people being harmed, then perhaps the use of force against force perhaps we could prescribe that. As long as there was a great deal of education and every effort to resolve things peaceably, and of course in all cases with as little harm as possible. Okay, so a psycho breaks into a movie theater, shoots up a bunch of people. Alright, so you arrest him and you reform him. Let me quote Gandhi. In the future, that's today. This is Gandhi 70 years ago. In the future, even murder will be treated as a disease. It all doesn't stop with just nonviolence. Nonviolence opens the door to God. It opens the door to understanding why God put us here. Nonviolence frees you from the slavery to money. Money is devil worshipry. You're listening to Tolstoy Radio, folks. I'm Tom StarLove. Catch our next broadcast.